Hi, this is Judy again. I'm going to talk about something that is, I think there'd be people who are going to argue with me. Oh, well, it's not the first time. Before I get started though, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And that way I'll get some more people to come in and see me, and you'll get more videos when the bell rings. Perfect. So, I talked a little bit about whether people can be born evil or bad. So this talk is going to be about whether there's evil in the world, and that's different. You know, I'm not going to get into everything I said in that other video. I don't have to recap or anything, but evil is a very strong word. And I remember years ago when I first started kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, sort of waking up, I guess, to things that were beyond, to tangible things that were beyond what I could see. I've always been somebody who had a lot of faith in whatever God was at the time in my mind or my heart. I've always believed in goodness and kind of always thought I was pretty special too. So Mr. Rogers told me I was, and I believed him. He was right. So years and years ago, this is like 1998, maybe 99, something like that. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I told her that, please don't get offended when I say this, just hear me out. Oh, this is going to be so, people are going to turn me off. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody or it's going to sound like something other than what I mean. So I told my friend, we were discussing evil, bad people, stuff they do, you know. And I said, well, you know, she brought up Hitler as an example of a bad person, an evil man who hurt thousands and thousands of people, and to this day some of those people are still hurt, or their families are still affected by what he did in a very negative way. And I said to her, I don't think he was that bad. Don't turn me off yet. She got very upset with me. Now, I didn't say that what he did wasn't wrong, bad, horrible, and evil. I said that he probably wasn't all that bad. And she couldn't separate those. I think most people wouldn't be able to. Heck, I wouldn't have been able to 20 years ago either. Or maybe it would be 30 years ago. Anyway, what I meant by that was that I think we come into the world with some kind of purpose. And we're given a lot of choices as to how we achieve that purpose. It's almost like the idea of fate or destiny, that you're headed toward a goal, a place where you know you have to be. But there's lots of roads in getting there. And if you don't achieve it in that lifetime, you can always come back in another one and finally get there, right? So what I meant by that was that we don't know. I don't even know my own, I don't remember a bunch of past lives. I do remember some. Now you know I'm crazy. I do. I remember things, and which is what started on this journey anyway, right? But I do remember things from before. Other people I've been, little snippets, you know. But I don't know what my chosen purpose in this life is. I don't know that. I know that I'm supposed to do something. I don't know what it is. My soul knows what it is, but Judy has no idea. And why my purpose, whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing, not only do I not know why, I don't know what purpose it holds in my life or in the other people's lives that I might be affecting. I don't know. Kind of hope I'm a force for good. It may not be the case, though. I don't know. I'm not saying that Hitler came along and followed his destiny, and did what he was supposed to do. I don't know if he did or not. We don't know. We don't know the journey that he came here to complete. We don't know the journey that all the people who died came here to complete. And I'm only going to say this because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just guessing. But let's say if you could stand way back and look at what good came out of what he did. There was a lot of bad that came out of it too. But the only good thing I can see really is that we, as a people, understood so much better what being a bigot or a racist or, somebody who thinks they're better than everybody else and certain races are better, certain religions are better. I don't know if we even really recognized that kind of real hatred was something that was in the world. I mean, we knew that, Genghis Khan did his thing and we knew history, but we hadn't actually experienced that kind of cruelty. What a waste for all those wonderful people to just be gone in the most horrendous of ways. As a humanity thing, not as a country or a state or a city or a group of people, black, white, red, yellow, brown. All of us, every country, every color, every religion can agree on one thing, that kind of hatred is despicable, not forgivable, and can't be tolerated. Had we not seen that, I don't know where we would have been on that, arena, in that arena. So, and I'm sorry if I'm not saying anything, I don't mean to sound like I think it was okay. But I think that there's a yin-yang thing going on in our lives, and we have two sides of a coin, and we can find good no matter what if we look for it. Just like we can find bad no matter what if we look for it. They both exist. They have to. That's a whole other video. Which now some people are watching this are going to go, I'm not going to watch her ever again. Bink. Try to understand I'm not talking about humanity really. I'm talking about a decision that could have been made spiritually. Is there evil in the world? Different question than is a person evil. I'm sure a lot of people would think Hitler was evil. He certainly did evil things. But his soul, the man's soul, who knows what he was here to learn, here to do, here to experience? I don't know. I assume the universe is pretty good at what it does, and there must have been a reason he did those horrible things. That had to be for the good of soul. Whether his soul or a bunch of souls, I don't know. But that's the thing, we don't know. We don't have no idea. Most of us have no idea what our own destiny is. We could guess at it. My destiny is to be rich and famous. I may not make that one this time. Give me another chance. I don't think Hitler set out to be mean and horrible. I think his ego got in the way a little bit. I think he liked the power, the strength, that people would listen to him and follow him like blind lemmings. So his manhood, his humanity, is what caused that whole thing, but not his soul. You know what I mean? His soul was the same as yours and mine. Just going through life, figuring something out. In a body of a man who thought up some pretty crappy stuff. Is there evil in the world? There is. There are evil thoughts. There are evil deeds. Evil words. Anytime somebody purposefully hurts another person, on purpose, whether it's just mean words, that they know they're hurting them and they just keep doing it anyway, or actions, people who walk into movie theaters and shoot people. Yeah, they're sick. But that's kind of evil. That's kind of bad. And of course, again, we stand back. We might see some greater purpose to all of that. But that doesn't mean that when it's happening, the people it's happening to, their families, their loved ones, and even the person who's doing it, there's some evil things going on. There are. I mean, sometimes we can't see why. Like I said, I don't know what my destiny is. So how do I know what some crazy guy who shoots up a movie theater's destiny is? I don't know. I do trust that the universe knows what it's doing. And I do trust we're all learning from those kinds of events some lesson. If it's empathy, if it's something, more personal, or maybe even something general. I don't think anybody listens to a story about some kid shooting a bunch of little kids in elementary school that thinks, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, if they think that, I don't think they're evil, I think they're crazy. So is there evil in the world? Yep. There are evil things that we do, and there are evil things that we say, and there are evil things that we think. But I think evil it goes only that far. I don't believe a soul is evil. I know it's not. I don't think there's one evil soul anywhere. I think sometimes the way soul expresses itself through a human being in a certain life, like Jeffrey Dahmer, he was crazy too, but I mean, that was kind of evil. So evil exists in our world. And if there's any good to come from it, it's the recognition that it is truly evil. It's not okay. And when we see somebody being hurt, nothing to do with us. We live in a different state, different part of the country, different country altogether. But we see or hear of somebody getting hurt because of somebody that did something bad, something evil. And we can say to ourselves, oh my gosh, that's awful. What can we do to help? Some good comes out of it. And hopefully the person who did whatever it is found out what they needed to find out, and they don't do that again. I'm not talking just now, I'm talking future, everywhere they're going to be, whoever they're going to be. You can't know what love is until you know what it's not. It's like if you were, your whole life, you lived underground in a cave that was way down. Never saw the sunlight, never saw the stars or the moon, never smelled fresh air, just stale cave air. And then one day, for some reason, you started kind of wandering around and you went beyond the place where they say never go past there. And you did it anyway just because you were curious. Looking around, making sure nobody's watching you. And you walk and you see this, what is that? And you go out, you can't see it so bright. And your eyes start to kind of adjust and you look around and you see green, blue, white puffy clouds, flowers. And you hear birds and the water in the brook going by. Would you ever, ever go back and live in that cave? And if you did, would you forget what you saw? In some ways, we're all living in a cave until we finally walk out. And I think that's what happens with people who are unaware that what they're doing affects all of us. Not just them, not just the families, but everybody. They're in the dark. They don't seem to get it. They don't seem to understand. One day, because of the evil things that happen, one day we're all going to be standing in the sunlight, under the stars, and we're never going to go back to that cave again. What got us there? Living with evil. I hope this isn't really crazy stuff. What I mean by that is I hope I'm not talking in a way that you don't understand. I hope I'm saying it in a way you understand. And I know some of you just wanted to just turn me right off with the Hitler thing. I know that. I get it. Would you please let me know what you're thinking? Tell me what you think about what I just said. Does it make any sense? Do I sound like I'm, going 15 different directions at the same time? Does it add up? In an open-minded way. Let me know what you think. Comments, love them. I will answer everyone. So thanks for listening to me yet again. And I'll hope to see you again really soon. Thanks.